Welcome back to Lone Oak Farm 17 for episode 6 with me, MrSealyp. It's 5:50 in the morning, it's late spring. Weather showing rain for later and rain for tomorrow. It is Wednesday. Last night did a bit of logging as I said I was going to do, and I said I'd get to about 200,000. I went a little bit over because I was allowing for the fact I'd get clobbered overnight for, you know, whether it was leasing fees or vehicle maintenance or whatever it was. I didn't get hit too hard, to be fair. I think I was on 217, so I lost about 4,000, which isn't the end of the world. But what I do need to do is check the job sheet for today. I'm pretty much certain of some of the jobs I'm going to have to do. I love the way in the morning the sun's always on the board. Very, very helpful indeed. So, for today, fix your mistake. Probably should say mistakes, I wouldn't be surprised. Spray field 44, plant field 29, replant field 49, yep. Plant 45, that's rolled over from Tuesday, I didn't do that. And then enact cunning plan. Okay. Well, at least it didn't say you're fired. It was quite a stern kind of get the jobs done, please. Clear up your mess. So, I assume that means me. Right, what I did do last night as well, I went down to the store to pick up a piece of equipment, or to lease a piece of equipment, but the store was closed, so I went to the diner for some dinner, came back, and the tractor's still down there. So I need to go and get the tractor. What I also did, this is genius, I had a comment left from Farmer Klein, and Farmer Klein's brilliant. Go over and check out his channel, by the way. Go and look, brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Go and check him out. Oh, we have some growth. Oh, that's quick. That also, I'm going to need to do some spraying as well, I guess. I know it said spray field 45, the grass field, but I guess I'm going to have to go over and do these. Anyway, yes, I leased the flexi coil to do the cultivating up on field 49 after my mistake. Completely forgetting that I bought this. The Bednar Swifter, which is a cultivator. How did I forget I had this? Farmer Klein commented saying that he said I made the mistake on purpose just to give me an excuse to use the flexi coil. And I thought that wasn't why I did it, in all honesty. I'm not that, you know, I didn't think that far ahead, in all honesty. But I leased the flexi coil forgetting I had that. So that's going to be some more money coming out of my wages. Anyway, down to the store. Now, somebody did tell me the opening times for the store are posted on the fence. Now, that says 8 AM to 6 PM. When I came the other day, and it was about 9:30, wasn't it? Something like that. It was closed. Today, it's open. It's only 6:11, and that says it opens at 8. I don't know, maybe the staff are just in early. I hope I can get some stuff. That hoist doesn't work, does it? No, of course it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. Ignore me. Right, so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lease, where are we? Sowing machines, seeders, planters. I'm going to, that might be a GL420. I'm putting potatoes in the ground in field 29. That's only a 3 metre, and that's a 6 to lease 5,000. Actually, that's not too bad. Yeah, okay. We're going to lease that. The Grimme Compacta GL860. Fantastic. Now, the other thing I need to do while I'm here, providing the guys in the workshop don't mind. Oh, actually, no, I'll do it back at my workshop, otherwise they'll charge me here. I'll put some wheel weights on the back of this. And we do need seed, so I'm wondering actually whether or not big bags are going to be a cheaper way to go, aren't they? So let's get some more big bags. Seed, big bag. There we go. I'll get some fertiliser in a minute. Okay, that's the seed done. Got a couple of bags of fertiliser. Oh no. Where's that bit filled up? That's weird. It's solid fertiliser, isn't it? Not liquid. Oops. Oh no. What is the matter? Am I having an absolute nightmare here? Is it supposed to be liquid fertiliser? Sure it's not. Oh, it could be, couldn't it? Oh, what? I just spent more money. Well, to be fair, I'm going to use it. So let's grab a liquid fertiliser. Of course it is. Oh. But you can't pick these up by hand. I need to move all these out the way then. These will come to one side, because whenever I come down here I suppose it's going to be handy. Or I'll send a trailer down, pick them up. Whichever way round. Anyway, why does it always make a meal of putting seed and fertiliser into these things? Off to the field before I cause any more carnage. So what I'm going to do when I get to field 29, I need to check. Field 29, seed the potatoes, and that's going to be obviously for the pigs. Obviously I've got the contract for sugar beet and potatoes now as well from Farmer Eric and Big Papa C. I need to set the seeder off. Actually I do need to check that. When I get to the field I'll check to make sure I can put seed in the ground today. I was commented, I did have some comments left to say that I could have left it in the ground and it would have been fine. It only doesn't work if the temperature's wrong. So if the temperature's okay, it's in the right temperature range, but you've just planted it too early, it will just sit dormant until it's ready to grow. If you plant it and it's not in the temperature range, it will die overnight. I wasn't too sure. I thought that might be the case, but I just didn't want to take the chance, so that's why I did what I did. So anyway, not to worry. Now the other thing I need to do, now I'm here at the pig farm, I need to start scouting out areas. Actually that, I might be quite close to the field. Scouting out areas or a place to put a silo, to have a silo built. Actually that doesn't look too bad there. If it allow me to, between the barn and the field, whether the collisions will allow me to put it there, that's not a bad place for it actually. Or maybe here. Don't know if that trailer will be in the way, I don't know. But we're going to need a silo for the animal feed. Now there is seed refill points here, that's going to be quite handy actually. Right, let's open this up. Now what I was going to check was, yeah, we're right at the start of the window for soybean and corn now. So that's fine, I can get those done properly, officially now. Now as you saw I did the contract for this over on field 55. This is the start of my cunning plan. The first part of the cunning plan was leasing a potato seeder. The rest you will see. Now yesterday on the Mod Hub, when you looked on the Farming Simulator website, it said there was an update for Lone Oak Farm. In the actual Mod Hub itself on my PlayStation, there was no update on there. Weirdly enough, on the Farming Simulator website, it didn't show the new JCB 3000 Extra Forest, but it was in the Mod Hub, so I'm a bit puzzled by that. Actually, I think I need to take control here. I often I'll put the worker on when I'm chatting because it makes life a little bit easier. But one of the things in the update, as far as I'm aware, when it goes live, is these textures should be sorted for the way you're ploughing. I don't know whether that's the case or not, but that's just what I've heard through the grapevine on various different forums that I follow and keep my eye on. I do love the fact that my subscribers are just, I mean, you guys, anyone watching, you guys are amazing. And on my Facebook page, on my Twitter account, on my comments, people will always comment saying there are new mods out, and you know, that's lovely. It really, really is. What makes me smile whenever I get a comment like that is, don't worry, I'm always keeping an eye out for new mods. Generally speaking, in the UK, and it does differ, the day of the week, that's unpredictable, but generally speaking the mods will come out kind of 3:30 or 4:30 normally. Yesterday 2 o'clock the mods hit, and I think that was because Giants had got back from FarmCon and they were just going to clear the decks, I think, a little bit, or maybe someone wanted an early day, I don't know. Whoever's responsible for putting them on the Mod Hub obviously thought, if I get them on at 2 o'clock I can get away early. But I do keep an eye on the Mod Hub, I do keep, you know, and I do appreciate it when people comment and say there are new mods out. Generally speaking, I'll know if there are. I do get a lot of people sending me links, which is fantastic, for what's the word, for various different forums and for things that are in testing and stuff like that. That I really, really do appreciate. It's like a network of people that help me out with stuff, and it's very much appreciated. Right, let's see if I can get this going now. Fantastic. So this will be potatoes to start the pigs off. And potato yields are quite high, which is handy, but also root crops is only a very small part of their feed requirement, so this should be enough for them. If it's not, it's not. But like I say, my cunning plan, which I will show you in a minute, what I'm going to do is hopefully, let me stop there and turn around. Awesome. I'm going to get the workers going on seeding fields 49 and oh man, what is the matter with me today? 49, yeah, it's 45. What am I talking about? 49 and 45, yeah. So it's field 44 that's got to be sprayed. Mustn't forget that. Right, this seems to be going okay. So I'm going to set those other things up, and I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to seed plant this side of field 49 first, going up to the Lone Oak with me in the driver's seat, and then, well, we've got the worker on it at the moment, but when we get up to the tree I'm going to take over, then I can set it off to do the rest of the field. Then we shouldn't have a problem. That's the theory. We'll see how we go with that. It does mean though, yeah, I'm going to have to wait to seed 45. I was going to put soybean in that, only because I'm using the case for doing the potatoes. I need to build this farm up. I need another tractor. I've got the Schluter. That's fine, but I need a kind of another medium sort of horsepower type tractor. So when that stops, now, that's what I'm going to take over. Carry on. To about there. The hardest bit with this is going to get this to line up. After my extensive save the lone oak, it would be a pity if I'd now knocked it down, wouldn't it? So let's I can tidy up my mess later on, that's not a problem. No, I don't know how far out the collision goes, so now I've got to work on it. It's going to turn around and go up the other way. I've had a lot of people commenting saying the AI or the workers on this map particularly are troublesome. We'll use the word troublesome. That's probably the better language to use. We're good. Right, so all that will happen now is that bit I've missed by going round, I'll come back at the end and tidy that bit up, and this now will carry on happily up and down the field with hopefully no more issues. That's the plan. So back to the potato field. Hopefully that's done seeding, and now, I mean, it's not, well, I think it's a cunning plan. I'm sure I'll get loads of comments, people going, oh, have we done that? Okay, then you're all very cunning. So I'm now taking the seeder and I'm heading south towards the bottom edge of the map, where I have taken the Laborto 6-metre subsoiler plough type thing. And here's the thing, as part of the Conservation Reserve Programme, and this is an American thing, where the government paid subsidies, or pays subsidies, to farmers to not use their fields. I know they do it in the UK. I don't know what the programme's called in the UK. There is a programme similar to that, and what they do is they get you to leave a field, or some fields, and they kind of go back to the environment. So they allow natural grasses and things to grow, and animals come back into the area, and that kind of thing. And they pay the farmer a certain amount, an annual amount, to not use that field. Those contracts, those deals normally last 10 to 15 years, something along those lines. And after those 10 to 15 years, you're free then to farm that land again if you want to do so. If not, you can just use it as an environmentally protected area. Well, luckily for us, around the edge, let's just get that. Around the edge of Lone Oak Farm, there's a lot of these fields which are part of the Conservation Reserve Programme, the CRP, which are now coming out of their contract time, which means they can be used. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. If we look on the map, and we're right down the bottom here, we've got fields along this edge here which don't have field numbers, and they're coming out of the Conservation Reserve Programme, which means they're not yet numbered, but we can use them, which is quite handy. There are some, I believe, up this side of the map too, and across the top and across the bottom. So I thought, I did the contract on field 55, and I thought I could buy that for 60,000. Absolutely I could. Or I could reuse the strip of land across the bottom here, maybe even another one, I don't know. That might be enough, I'm thinking. So what I started doing was ploughing it. So that is my cunning plan. What I'm going to do is use this strip of land right beside here, and I'm going to plant the whole strip with potatoes. So that should cover what I need for the farm and the contracts that I've been asked for, without having to buy a new field. Now, I use the word cunning, you might use the word sneaky, it's entirely up to you, but this will work. This is land we can use. It's now kind of back in circulation, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Now at the moment it's just on plough fields, so if I get to a bit where there's a road or a track, I think what I might do is plough across, unless of course, oh mind you, I did that one and I shouldn't have done really. If it leads down to another farm, then they're going to need it, so I'm going to leave it and then go on to the next one and the next one and so on. And these are going to all have potatoes in. I think that's a genius idea. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this because it's far quicker to use this on its own at 10 miles an hour than it is to put the cultivator on it as well, the Laborto cultivator. That slows it right down to about 4 miles an hour. Plough it all up first, then I'll come over with the Bednar Swifter. I'll cultivate it, so that should stop there. Lift it up, go on to the next one, drop it down. So that one can probably come over a little bit, I think. Get as much as we can. Perfect. Cultivate it, then seed it, and get potatoes all the way down this side. Now, actually, look on the map. You think that's not actually that much. I think I'll get 3 or 4 widths across of the subsoiler, and the entire strip. I think that's going to be plenty. That's going to be tons of potatoes. I won't have to worry about root crops ever again. Hopefully. Now, I was offered another contract for potatoes, and I did say it was lucky that I was already doing one. If I've got enough spare, I might be able to fulfill that one. That will come up on the screen. Because I wasn't sure, I can't remember off the top of my head who it was for, but there you go. And they've offered me another case for doing that contract and helping them out. I think they've offered me a case magnum. I'm sure it was a case magnum, which I might be tempted to take them up. Having just said actually I need another tractor, that might work incredibly well. Now this one, by the look of it, has already been done. Yep, no need to do that one. But if I'm not wrong, there's also the field across. This is going to be a lot of potatoes. Maybe I could do potatoes on some of it and another crop on more. I don't know. That just seems a lot of potatoes to me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to plough up and down this entire strip up the side here. And I'm going to start seeding potatoes. I suppose what I could do, because the seed is 6 metres, once I've done the second strip and move on to the third, I could set the actual, oh no, because it will stop at different points. I'll say I'll just set it off to follow along with this, but with the different roads in the way, it will turn around and come back the other way. Actually, yeah, this is going to be way too much, isn't it? So I'm thinking another crop in one of these then. What is it I'm desperate for? What do I need a lot of? I could do more soybean. Soybean pays well. Sunflower maybe? Anyway, so this is going to continue. I'll see you back here in a little while when I've done a bit more of this. And then maybe when we're on the cultivating stage. So what I've done, I've leased the Lizard R5000 roller The work is nearly finished on field 49, which is brilliant. One more strip and they'll be done. I felt bad about the access down to the farm here. I felt terrible. So what I'm going to do, hopefully, is fix that problem by rolling it all out. Don't know if it'll work. This first field is done. I've done the entire strip back down. So then what will happen is I'll take the subsoiler over to the next field, do that one, and so on and so forth. And what should happen here, fingers crossed, and what I've just done is save the game. Simply because if this doesn't work, I can always go back to this. So hopefully, brilliant. So I shouldn't have gone over this. My exuberance, my excitement of what was about to happen. If I get right to the field edge, I'll be fine. Like that. Close that up. That's better. Now, before anyone starts messaging me and asking how did I get a roller that tarmacs, it doesn't. This is just taking it back to its original texture state, and because this is what it was set as by the modder, by the map creator, that's what it's done. This isn't me laying tarmac. There are rollers and various different things on PC which allow you to change textures and do pathways and gravel and all sorts of stuff, which are really, really cool, but this one doesn't. This just takes it back to its original texture state. So if I can get to the edge of that as well, let's put grass. There we go. Right, I feel a lot happier about that now. They've still got access down there. Perfect. Just make sure I don't put that roller down by accident. I've done this little bit here. I didn't go any further simply because the landscape from here becomes very, very bumpy and would be incredibly difficult. All this strip here, I thought, oh, I'll do all of that, but you can see the bumps and ridges. There's no way you'll be able to seed that properly. So I've left that bit. I mean, to be fair, this little bit here probably isn't needed now, looking at what I've done. But like I say, I'll continue. And then when I get back to you, we'll hopefully be putting some potatoes into the... No, not potatoes, cultivating. If the big bud's done, I'll be able to get the big bud down here. That's what I was going to do next. I've brought down the plucky little Schluter with the... I always forget the name of it. Braidell. The Braidell F2WS 4000 litre fertiliser spreader. And look at the width. That is, it could not be better. It's absolutely spot on. I can do the full length of this. Actually, look at this. I'm thinking this strip alone here will be enough potatoes. I'm thinking. Might well be, you know. I don't want to leave myself short on the contract, but this is a fair size. If you took this and kind of chopped it into rectangles and laid them next to each other, I reckon you're looking at a couple of hectares. Brilliant. Field 49 is done. That is seeded. So I'll grab the big bud, grab the cultivator, and we'll cultivate all of this. And then we'll get the seeder going. Okay, so the Bednar Swifter isn't quite wide enough, so I'm going to have to do a second pass, but again that's not the end of the world. But it's going to give me a much smoother seed bed, perfect for putting potatoes in. We're almost there. Awesome. The Bednar's been put to bed, and I'm now going back up to grab the seeder so I can start field 45 and put soybean in it, but I suddenly remembered I didn't tidy up the bit around the tree that I said I was going to at the start, which I should have done, otherwise I'll finish it all and I'll completely forget and we'll have a gap. So although this was all kind of set up ready to go, change that back to the corner. I don't know, I went past it. Oh, and again. There we go. Cool. Tiny little bit here. Pick that back up. Now change that to soybean. There we go. Now I'm just going to set the worker off on this. I'm not quite sure what it's going to make of this field, but anything that it doesn't do, I'll mop up at the end. And then we'll get over to our new field. I don't know what to call the new fields. There's about 4 of them in a row, but they're just the edge fields. I'll just call them the southern fields for the time being. I'm not going to number them all, but which I have done on previous Let's Plays. So, soybean. Field 45 is finally being seeded. That was on my list for Tuesday, carried over to Wednesday, and now that's happening. Fantastic. So over to the potatoes. I might get all my jobs done. Plus, oh, I've got all the spraying to do, haven't I? Spray field 44, but I'm going to have to spray a lot of the others as well because they're all in their first growth stage. I could weed, I suppose. I don't own a weeder, but I could weed. Anyway, let's go over to this. Where is it? Is that it there? No, I did make a start. Just wanted to check it, make sure it was all working okay and everything would be hunky-dory. And it is all hunky-dory. I decided to do the strip right over by the edge first, because I thought that would be easier. It's going to run out of seed fairly quickly. But it will work. It is working. I'm just trying to work out really. I'm going to do this one and the next one. And it doesn't matter if I come out of it with 400,000 litres of potatoes. It really doesn't. Because I think Jake, for the second contract, will be happy to get more than 60,000, and like I said before, it may well be that Big Papa C and Farmer Eric are happy to take more potatoes off me as well, in which case I'll make money both ways, and if not, I'll just put it all in storage and sell it when there's a better demand. I think Jake wants his to Hollisters. I'm not sure about Big Papa C and Farmer Eric yet, but I'll find out obviously nearer the time. We've got to go through all the growth stages and then harvesting as well before I've even got to worry about any of that. And it was a Case Magnum 340 CVX that I was offered by Jake in payment for the potatoes. I'll become a bit of a Case farmer. That'd be quite cool, wouldn't it? So for all those people that are shouting at the screen now saying you don't need to do the extra bit, when we come to harvest, if I get 160,000 litres off of that lot back there, you've proved me wrong. I should do, shouldn't I? Like I say, can't hurt, can't hurt. I'll do this section here, and then the next two will be soybean. I did leave that bit. That's weird. That's better. Yeah, so this will only go as far as pretty much the corner of Hollisters, or maybe a little bit before that, isn't it? There's another smaller field there, then the one beyond the road. So I'll do this bit potatoes as well, then those two, either side of the road up there, will both be soybean. So I'll do soybean in 45, soybean in those two there, and there's absolutely no reason at all why, if I suddenly think, oh actually I could do with X, Y, Z, whatever crop it might be, I could do some of the other edge fields as well. All of part of the Conservation Reserve Programme, you understand. Just wondering how far this is going to go before it runs out. Anyway, this is going to continue for a little bit. And I'll worry about refilling it when it runs out. Well, as the seed gradually dwindles down with an inevitability, I need to work out how I'm going to get more seed up to it. I don't have on the farm This has front loader attachments, and I've got front loader forks and stuff. I don't have a telehandler, I don't have a wheel loader, I haven't got a forklift, bobcat, skid steer, nothing at all. So I think I'm going to be needing to get something like that, so I can get down to the store, pick up some of the bags, put them in something, bring them up here. Also dawned on me, I don't have like a flatbed trailer of any description, haven't got a pickup, so yeah, I'm going to have to give that some thought. But that's going to come in the next episode, because this will continue on until it runs out. So while that's on the course to running out, I need to be thinking about what to do next. But we are doing okay. I think what I should do, actually, if I jump out, or is that a bit of a gamble? No, just turn around when it gets to the next bit, won't it? I need to check before I disappear on what kind of mess the workers making in field 45. I mean, it's doing it. I suppose I should have gone across the field for this bit, shouldn't I? There's a few gaps here and there where it's come across various collisions for trees and things, but I can tidy all that up. That's not a problem at all. Bottom line of it is we are planting, and that's the main thing. So if you have enjoyed this episode, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.